There comes a time, usually later in life, when you begin to realize just how little a man actually needs to sleep well. A sturdy roof helps. A full stomach, yes. A soft bed doesn't hurt. But all those comforts won't buy you a single hour of rest, not if your conscience is troubled. If your soul is loud, the world can be perfectly silent and you'll still hear the storm. A clear conscience is, I believe, one of the few true luxuries on earth. And like most luxuries, it's not handed to you, it's earned. Not once, but again and again. Over time, through choices. Every man comes into this world with a conscience of some kind, and whether he listens to it or not, it walks beside him like a shadow, always present, never pushing, but always there. And when we're young, we don't think much of it. We shrug it off. We convince ourselves that we can outrun the small voice inside, that it'll get quieter if we just move fast enough, if we get busy enough, if we stay distracted. But a conscience does not die, it waits. And over time it matures. What was once a small voice becomes a clearer bell. What once tugged gently now drags. And if you ignore it long enough, if you cross it often enough, your conscience will start to change shape. It stops whispering kindly. It stops suggesting. It turns, in some cases, into a hound, one that tracks you, that bays at night, that comes sniffing around your bed, wondering if you're ready yet to face what you've done. I've seen old men tormented not by wars or bankruptcy or sickness, but by their own choices. A word said in spite, a child ignored, a woman betrayed, a man cheated. They thought they could leave it in the past, but your conscience has no sense of time. It remembers all of it. And if it is not cleared, if it is not made right, it will turn the present into a prison. And here's the strange thing. Even if no one else knows what you did, you do. Even if the world applauds you, shakes your hand, hands you awards, you know what you've done. You know where you lied, where you cut corners, where you pretended not to see the cost of your actions. And that knowing is a kind of burden no one else can carry for you. But let me say this too. The conscience is not your enemy. It's not there to torment you. It's not cruel. It's the last loyal part of your soul that refuses to lie to you. It wants your peace, but it also demands your honesty. You cannot bribe it. You cannot trick it. You cannot silence it with toys or applause. But if you face it, if you listen, if you start telling the truth and making the amends you can, you will find it changes again. The hound softens. The voice grows gentle. It becomes a companion again. And when your conscience is clear, when you've told the truth, repaid the debts, made what peace you can, you'll find a strange, quiet happiness that the world can't give and the world can't take away. There are men who lie on silk sheets who haven't had a good night's sleep in 20 years. And there are men sleeping on cots in prison who rest like babies because they've told the truth at last. A clear conscience is wealth. It is medicine. It is freedom. So what happens when we don't have it? We become tense, angry, suspicious. We flinch when we're praised. We sabotage the good that comes our way because deep down we don't believe we deserve it. We drink, we numb, we distract, we fill the hours with noise so we don't have to hear the stillness. And we wonder why joy won't stay. There is no joy where the conscience is sick. There is no peace where the truth has been buried. There is no home, no matter how beautiful, if the man inside it is haunted. And yes, the older you get, the louder it gets. Not because the conscience grows crueler, but because it grows clearer. It no longer lets you off the hook with justifications. It asks harder questions. It shines a sharper light. But that is grace too, because it means there's still time. Time to fix what can be fixed. Time to let go of pride and say the words you should have said. Time to forgive. Time to own your part and move toward the kind of peace you can't buy in a store. There is, in the end, very little that matters more than this: to stand in your own presence without shame, to sit quietly with yourself and not feel hunted, to look back at the story of your life and say, I did wrong, yes, but I made it right where I could. I faced the truth. There is no softer pillow than a clean conscience, no richer treasure, no deeper peace,